Right. Okay, just quickly testing my mic. Right. Okay, just quickly testing. Yep, sounds good. Just get my stream up. Just see if we've got everyone in. So everyone that is racing. Yeah. Bacon. I am missing one. Okay, just gotta invite someone else. Okay, just getting someone else invited. Okay, I think we are just waiting for one more driver and then I should be okay on that. Ooh, I think they are in now. Yeah, they have joined. Just while we wait for a few more people to join the stream, run through who we have got for tonight. So we've got Bacon, and we are going for the F1 cars as well. So we've got Bacon in the Mercedes, Fuzzy Duck in the Red Bull, Charlie Boy in the McLaren, a new one for tonight, Matt in the Ferrari, Willis in the Racing Point, Baldy in the AlphaTauri, Captain in the Red Bull, Sweeney in the Williams, Mullen in the Racing Point, Dilly in the Ferrari, Evans in the Haas, Alfie Pritch in the Mercedes, Fake Taxi in the Renault, Chuggy in the Alfa Romeo, JHS in the Renault as well. Okay, yeah, just waiting for a few more people to join the stream as well, because I know there's quite a few that want to come and watch. Um, Okay, we will see if all the drivers are ready. Right, so right, so alright then, so welcome back to everyone watching. This is round 4 of the Ellough versus Karttrak Cromer Virtual Grand Prix on F1. Today the two circuits are Monaco and Azerbaijan, so two very difficult tracks, and contact is going to be sort of very crucial. Hopefully we can keep it as clean as we can, because we don't want drivers ending up retiring. Which is what I'm calling right now. I think quite a few will probably end up retiring. We are sticking with one-shot quali, so very important. The person on pole has definitely the best chance of winning round here because it's very hard to overtake. So the drivers will now be putting on their setups, ready to start the one-shot quali. I think we've got 16 drivers racing. There's 16 or 17 racing with us tonight. So anyone that is watching, I'd like to see, if you can, put in the comments who you think is going to win. Evans always seems to be a very popular shout for the win, but with it being Monaco, got to be very consistent. With them also running traction off, again, it's quite a hard track to stop that, or the rear wheels from spinning, so could be quite hard for the drivers that do run traction off. But I guess we will find out. You think Willis? Is that a bit biased, or is that an honest opinion? He has done well, as long as he doesn't take anyone out from the start like he did in the last one. He will be all right. So, looking at drivers, all of them have gone softs, apart from Chuggy, who has gone on a medium to start. So it is currently Evans on provisional pole, but I'm sure this will all be changing as we go on. So on board with Evans. Maybe a little biased, maybe, but I think you've definitely got a good shout. As you can see, look, he's now moved up to second on this lap so far. So you are in with a good shout there. Looking very quick. He's only got to try and get in the lead as well in the very first lap, and then it will be hard for Evans to overtake. Using all of the curb there. That was something a lot of the drivers said, because we run on regular, that some of the corners you can corner cut, but it's the same for everyone. If you can find a way of cutting it slightly, then you... Oh Jesus! Evans 1.2 seconds up on anyone. But yeah, if you can cut the corner slightly, then it's same for everyone. So we are going to stick with it on regular. If we put it on strict, there will just be too many people with penalties, because it's very hard to just stay within the limits. Even running slightly over onto like an exit curb gives you a penalty or a warning. So, but end of quali, so we have Evans on pole with a 108.8, Willis second, a 110.0, Sweeney in third with a 10.0, so very close between second and third. JHS in fourth, a 110.4, Fake Taxi fifth, a 111.1, Bacon in sixth, a 111.1 as well, so there's only 3 thousandths in it between fifth and sixth. Mullen in seventh with a 112.7, Dilly in eighth, a 113.5, Miffland ninth, a 114.0, Fuzzy Duck in 10th, a 114.4. Sweeney tapped the wall up, wing damage whole lap, so a very good lap then, Sweeney, if you did have some damage. Obviously 11th was Captain, 12th was Chuggy, 13th was Matt, 14th Alfie Pritch. But yeah, very good lap then, Sweeney, if you did have some wing damage, and that is going to be, say, a very crucial part of this race for sure. Who doesn't get the damage at the end will be the faster ones. I can see quite a few people needing to pit during this to put some wings on, so maybe a driver who might not be as fast but is sort of more consistent might actually have a better chance at getting a podium, maybe even winning it, but we will see. Off of pace, Evans is definitely a lot quicker, but again, we don't know who had damage or not. So just another 2 drivers needing to ready up. Just one more, waiting for Fuzzy Duck, and then the race will be underway. So this is going to be a very interesting start. So lights out and away we go for the start of the first race tonight. Into turn 1. I think everyone has got through fairly cleanly, as a Renault did just go spinning then. Oh, we've had a big crash at the back of the field. JHS has ended up retiring, and so has Dilly. On board with Chuggy here, who can oh no, Chuggy has moved, so it is Charlie Boy seems to be stuck. Obviously we do have a virtual safety car. It was kind of expected round here. I thought we'd got away with it. The front guys definitely did, but a bit further back, as we can see, Mullen there without a front wing. Yeah, quite a few of the drivers don't have a front wing on their car right now. But anyway, on the first lap, Evans has maintained his... Oh, Fuzzy Duck has retired as well from the session. But Evans has maintained the lead in first, Willis in second. Female Fake Taxi has moved up 2 places into third. Bacon into fourth, Sweeney into fifth, as we watch Mifflin run wide there. Captain has moved up 5 into 6th place, as... oh my. Mullen's just retired from the session, and Mifflin has as well, and this is all... on the very first lap, as that is... oh, this is now carnage behind. Baldy is sitting here with nowhere to go. As you can see, Charlie Boy's car has had to retire, and the 2 drivers in front. The track has cleared, so Baldy has now made his way through. But we are... yes, we have got another virtual safety car, I believe. Whole track yellow again. Restart. Well, this is what I am kind of thinking. Say, might offer a restart for some of the drivers, because that just was appalling. I guess at the end of the day it's racing, and they should they should be able to just slow down and control it if needs be. but quite a few people have pitted, so they all seem to have pitted. Pilot made everyone have penalty and everything. I know. I don't really know what to suggest, really. I did ask in the briefing everyone to be careful, but because then we started with 16 and we've only got 8 in the race, I don't really know how to do it, because if I quit it will just end. I need then, if we want a restart, I need the drivers to leave and we'll have to restart the lobby. I mean, it has definitely helped some of these drivers and they would get their best result. Yeah, I tell you what, we will go for a restart. So if people are watching the stream, we will go for a restart, because I want us to actually have a race, rather than this. But I want to make sure people have left. So drivers are now leaving the session. So we'll be very unfortunate for Evans, Willis and Bacon, who have obviously had a good start and maintained the top 3. But I think, to have a good race, make it fair for everyone, because some people have just been caught out there with it not even being their fault. I guess what I'll have to do is quit and we will restart it if I can get everyone to. Harrison, if you are watching, if you can, tell Bryn, Willis, Bacon and Sweeney to retire for me, just so everyone has gone. So we will go and restart the lobby, I guess. But drivers do need to make sure that we start cleanly for this next one, because it will be the only time. It will be the only time we will restart. Just don't know about the ghosting. Obviously, will ghosting cause anyone to then ghost through people? So just start up a new lobby. Okay, we will just load the settings again. But yeah, will be the last restart, so no matter what happens in this one, we will be going. just say we've got to keep it sensible. I'll turn ghosting on then if that's what people want. But the whole wait, let's see. I'm just gonna go for a full grid. Not gonna worry too much. Yeah, we will redo qualifying. Is everyone in? That is a question. I need another invite. Okay, yep. I will get an invite sent. Where are you? Okay, so we should have all the drivers in again. Just check, did Fuzzy Duck in? Yeah, he did. So, we will try again. Oh no. Oh no. I can't even back out. Oh no. This has not gone to plan at all. Shit, running commentary. No, yeah, this just hasn't gone well, has it? And now it's saying my internet is struggling. Hopefully it will keep running. So we will try and get this sorted very soon. Just need some drivers to retire. This just didn't work. I think because we didn't have the drivers retire, I might have to just restart. Just leave again and restart it. Yeah, it's not been ideal, has it? Hopefully we will get this sorted soon. Hopefully we will get this sorted soon. I will leave him because I have... Yeah. I'll just restart. Let me just restart the lobby. But yeah, well, we haven't gone to plan so far. Probably should have just let everyone get on with it from the first race. Right. So, let's load. Okay, host options. Load that one. I actually think ghosting should be off. I think it is how it should be. Just wait, I will ask. We'll invite. Right, let's just change the tracks as well while we're at it. So that is done. Most people are saying ghosting. Most people are saying for ghosting to stay off. So we will keep it then. Yeah, ghosting off. Who are we waiting for? Someone hasn't made it in. case the one driver I can't invite. Yeah. Oh, I think he's just joined. Yep. Alright then. Right. Everyone's in. I'm in spectating. Oh. Hopefully this runs a bit smoother. Is okay, smile. I will when we started, when this is all going. This hasn't been ideal, has it? Stream's been going for half hour and we haven't seemed to have got anywhere. Yeah, we'll see. It's just going to be bad for like any drivers that did get a good start in the first one. If they end up getting crashed into, it might not be seen as fair for them, but I don't know. I'm only hosting it, just seeing if we can make it better for people, so not having to sit and watch for the whole race. So, we are now about to start the one-shot quali again. Hopefully we can roughly have the same sort of grid as we did for the first one in order. So yeah, drivers will be putting on their setups again. And quali should be starting very soon. So we have started again. And this time, tyre choice. Yeah, Chuggy has stayed for the medium. Everyone has gone for the soft. So same as we did have last time. Mullen has retired from this one already, so it hasn't been the best restart for him. Willis seems to be provisionally pole at the minute, so a good drive so far by him. Evans is now back in front, but it's going to be close. So on board with Willis right now. Taking the curb. Very nicely done there. So far only one driver to... Oh, that's not been the best for Willis, as he does clip the inside wall, sends him into the outside. Through the chicane, taking all the curb. That will be the most abused corner during the race for sure. But as the drivers do now come to cross the line to complete the restart, it is Evans on pole, Sweeney second, JHS third, Willis fourth, Bacon fifth, Fake Taxi 6th, Captain 7th, Fuzzy Duck 8th, Mifflin 9th, Dilly 10th, Matt 11th, Alfie 12th and Baldy 13th. The rest did end up retiring. So not too far off of the grid we had for the first one. Oh, Chuggy did get disqualified. Charlie Boy no time and Mullen set no time. Come on, Bacon. We've got a Bacon fan here. We all like Bacon. He's only 2 seconds off, but that's just quality, making sure you don't bottle it. So a top 5 start for him is very good. But yeah, so a 109.0, so it was slightly slower for Evans in this one. And then a little bit of a further gap back for like third and fourth. But Willis fourth after clipping the wall isn't too bad. If he didn't hit that, I think he would have had third. had one driver not be able to load us up as well, so that's not going to be very ideal for around this circuit. Bacon all day. Well, we'll see how he gets on. Hopefully all the drivers do brake for turn 1 this time rather than using the cars in front. We should be able to get through cleanly. They have all been spoken to, and a lot of the drivers have said just to drive through. They know it is the last restart and it will not happen again, so it is their choice. If they try and go through, make up places, or just send silly moves and they crash, they are going to be out of the race. But hopefully they don't take anyone else out with them. But here we go for the restart. So have we made it through cleanly this time? A lot of the drivers are allowing more space. A couple of drivers in the wall at the back. But yes, we seem to have made it through. So Evans has taken, or has remained his lead in first. But we have had a crash further back. Matt has received a 5-second penalty. But we are underway. There's a lot of drivers are stopping here, and that is one driver struggling to make the corner. So, but back at the front, Evans has already pulled out an 8/10 lead. JHS in second, Sweeney in third, Willis in fourth, Bacon in fifth, Fake Taxi sixth, as we've had a yellow flag. Who is that? That is a Ferrari of Matt, who has now retired as well from the session. All the drivers managing to avoid him, which has been good. So we have got a safety car though for the first lap, but only one driver to retire, so a lot better start than we had for the first one. So position change on the first lap. JHS is up the most. Quite a few drivers have pitted from the start. So Evans has gone for a pit, Sweeney has, Willis has. Well, most of the drivers that are out. So whether they got damage or whether they are going for a tyre strat where they pit now and then don't have to pit during the race, I would imagine that is what they're going for. But that has left JHS in the lead, Fake Taxi second, Fuzzy Duck third, Alfie Pritch fourth, Evans fifth, Sweeney sixth, Willis seventh, Captain eighth, Bacon ninth, Mifflin 10th, Mullen 11th, Chuggy 12th, Dilly 13th, Baldy 14th, and Charlie Boy round out the top 15. These drivers now exiting the pit lane. So what tyre? So yes, they have all pitted and changed tyres, so I am guessing they are going to try and go to the end. Even though the tyre might go off around here, it's very easy to defend, so I'm guessing that is going to be their strat. Very hard to get the camera angles right around here as well. But anyway, we are on board here. Oh, Evans, was that? No, that was Alfie, right behind Fuzzy Duck. So, safety car is doing another lap. So hopefully the drivers as well keep a gap rather than driving into the back of each other and getting damage, because you never know when they are going to stop. But we did have Captain choose the hard tyre, Mifflin choose the hard. Mullen has pitted. Yeah, Mullen has pitted again and he's gone for the hard tyre. So I know he's going to try and go to the end. And Baldy has gone to the hard as well. So will the strategy work for Mullen? We will see. Tyre should come in better towards the end when the mediums might start going off. But then we do know in the last round we had Willis try and made his medium or hard tyre go to the end, so the mediums will probably last. So Merlin has now caught up the back of the pack. Here's the safety car coming in this lap. His lights are still flashing. The track has been cleared, so hopefully it will come in this lap. Yes, it is. Safety car is in this lap. As you can see, the lights are out. So JHS will now just back the field up, I would imagine, and get ready to go whenever he feels like he can make the biggest gap. So JHS has now punched out the corner. So we are away and racing again. Who's this? So this is Evans now in front of Alfie. Pitch into the corner. They all do run a bit wide there. As that's Sweeney down and Willis going past. Willis trying the outside through this bit. It will be very hard to pull that move off. He is going to want to be getting behind Evans as soon as he can. But with it being so hard to overtake around here. Oh, that sounded like, I think that was that captain into, I think that was either Willis or Sweeney there. So Willis right behind Alfie now. Bryn hasn't gone for the move, but Will Willis, he pulls to the inside, late on the brakes, just about makes the corner, does have to use the curb there. But it's so very hard to overtake through here. So Willis is now through. Sweeney's next up to try and get past Alfie. But meanwhile, out in the lead, JHS has pulled a 6-second gap pretty much. He has now to second place, so very good chance for him, but he does still have to pit. Sweeney is going round the outside, up to turn 1, and he does make it. So next in line will be Captain on the back of Alfie Pritch here, with Bacon right behind as well. Bit of contact there by Captain. Oh, wasn't ever really going to work, that move by Captain. And it has obviously caused him to end up going into the wall, and he has now got a lot of damage, so obviously lets Bacon through. But Evans has now made his way up into third and is on the back of Fake Taxi. He needs to get out and try and catch JHS as soon as he can. He sends it late on the brakes, locking it up, but does get the car stopped, so good move by Evans there. So gap is 7.6. How quick can he get this gap to come down? He is on the slower tyre, but does seem to be the faster driver, so I would imagine he should be alright. So we've got Bacon still on the back of Alfie Pritch here. Come on Bacon, keep climbing boy. He's in 8th. Might be able to get a move into turn 1. We'll stay on board with him and see if he can manage it. So he gets a better exit, but the door does get shut there by Alfie. He's looking to the outside, and yes, sensibly does back off though. Doesn't want to get any damage there. Moving up, Willis is now on the back of Fuzzy Duck. Looking for the inside, but can't quite get it through here. So Bacon's still on the back of Alfie here. But yeah, won't be making any moves through this section. Evans has brought the gap down to 6.7, so he is now catching. Just bearing in mind, as soon as JHS pits, Evans will go into the lead. Fuzzy Duck having a really good drive here in 4th place, still within a second of a podium, but Willis right behind him, as Bacon is trying to make a move. When Alfie looks to the inside, but can't quite get it, so his best chance really is into turn 1, and maybe if he tries to go around the outside exit in the last corner with DRS rather than the inside, he might have a better chance. So if he can get a good exit out of here, DRS activated, go to the outside, then he might have a chance. Alfie Pritch was just trying to squeeze him out, make sure he doesn't have enough room to come past. But Dilly in 7th is now catching the 2 in front, so it won't be long before it is a 3-car battle for the top 5. Fake Taxi has moved down to 8th, we haven't seen what happened there. But Willis is now up into 3rd and Sweeney in 4th, just now under a second off of Willis. So will they battle, or will they try and catch up to make sure when JHS pits they do definitely jump in, which they are definitely going to do anyway. Bacon on the back of Alfie Pritch, is he going to send it this lap? Oh, he does run into the outside wall there, not ideal for him. But this is costing him a lot of time, so he does need to try and get past soon. Maybe if... Oh, Alfie runs wide there, so he does just nip through now. It looks like he might have a bit of damage. But Dilly tries to get through as well. I think Alfie might have wing damage because he's pushing on a lot, so... Oh, as Dilly does just run into the back of him. Oh, and Fake Taxi has hit the back of Dilly through there. So I think Alfie's just pitted, so I'm guessing front wing damage has obviously caused that. So a bit further back, Captain in 12th, with Baldy in 13th behind him. Who have we got? Who's this? Oh, Captain has just retired, so I'm guessing we've just had a crash into the chicane, I am guessing. But we have another safety car, so... if I'm correct, JHS has now pitted. Yes, he has, but he's in 4th, so the gap is going to close up. And he will be on fresher tyres, so not sort of a bad strat that he's managed to pull off. We haven't been able to see what's happened there. So, Evans has also gone into the pits. Is he going to pit maybe for a faster tyre? Or... let's have a look, see what he's doing. He is, so Evans has decided to go back to the softs, knowing that JHS is actually on a faster tyre. But behind the safety car, JHS has got the jump again, so he will now be in the lead. Evans has made it out in 2nd. Again, the gap will close up. So Evans is on the faster tyre, sort of a slightly fresher tyre, but the question is, will he make it last sort of the 10 laps it needs to do once we start racing again? But will be interesting. Very easy to defend round here, so yeah, we will see. But to only have 2 retire is a lot better than the 8 we had on the very first lap, so I know we shouldn't have restarted, but for most drivers it has been a lot better for them. Lights are still on the safety car, so not sure if it is in this lap yet. But Dilly's having a good drive, up in 4th place. What have we had? Where is it? This one. Positions gained. So at the minute JHS is actually up 2. Evans is down 1. Willis is up 1. Dilly is up 6 into 4th. Sweeney's down 3. Charlie Boy's up 9 into P6. So the biggest climber so far in the grid. Fuzzy Duck up 1 in 7th. Fake Taxi down 2 in 8th. Bacon down 4 in 9th. As we just have now... Who was that pitting? Okay. Mullen is round at the top 10. Alfie Pritch 11th, Chuggy 12th, Baldy 13th, and Mifflin 14th. Mifflin has just received a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit white line, so not quite staying in the exit tram lines. So Alfie Pritch does just need to try and get the gap back up to the safety car, so when they go, he's right on the back of them, which I imagine he will be able to. Just got to make sure he does manage to stop in time, as the safety car is in this lap, so it's just got a little bit of a gap to try and make up if he wants to get on the back of it. Oh, he does just clip the wall, and it causes him to spin. As Dilly into the back of Willis there, so that's just caused him a penalty. Oh, they're all doing it. Safety car's in and backing it up, but they're all crashing into each other. As Dilly decides to pit. So we are away in racing. Can Evans get up the inside of JHS? He pulls to the inside. It's going to be very close, but JHS very excuse me, brave to keep on the outside there, but keeps in position. So Evans in second, but Willis right behind him as well. Hopefully he might be able to follow Evans through on a move if he sends it. Sweeney's a little bit of a way back, just over a second off, but with them battling should catch him up quite quickly. Further back, sort of spread out a little bit here, as we see Dilly there exit the pit. So back for the battle with the leaders, and Bryn right on the back of him here. Impressed with the commentary, honestly feel like I'm watching where. Well, appreciate that. I'm not, never gonna be a commentator, and sort of know it's definitely not what I'm any good at. On the other hand, this driver here, Sweeney, if you want some commentary, definitely go and check his channel out. He's a commentator out of the group, and is very good at what he does. So yeah, go check Sweeney out on YouTube if you want to see some commentating, which is actually better than a lot of the real life commentators. How he talks as fast as he does, yeah, it's very impressive. It's getting very close here, not really giving each other any room at all, but Evans has made it through. So Willis next up to try and get past JHS as well, and Sweeney is now right on the back of the pack as well. So Evans on the faster tyre should be able to pull a gap, and hopefully he can maintain the tyre life and still be fast at the end. Will do. Thanks for the suggestion. A lot of respect for you boys. Thank you very much. But yeah, highly recommend checking Sweeney out if you want to watch some commentating. He does a lot of streams for some really big leagues as well now, and definitely subscribe to him because some big things coming up in the future for Sweeney. He's in a lot of, or got some talks going with quite a lot of people, and yeah, very excited for him, and I look forward to seeing what he can achieve from it. But battle back with the leaders. Willis not going to be able to make a move on this lap. But further down, Fuzzy Duck in 6th, on the back of Charlie Boy. Fake Taxi in 7th. Oh, a crash in Sector 3. Who is that? Where are we? Oh, can't quite find it. Anyway, back again for the battle for 2nd. Can Willis do anything to gain that 2nd position back? I think so far Karttrak Cromer haven't had any drivers, or we haven't finished a race where we've had any Ellough Park drivers on the podium. So JHS is driving for Ellough Park, so at the minute he's the only driver that has sort of been in with a shot of a podium. So challenges, can Willis and Sweeney make it past and keep up that 100% Karttrak Cromer podium record? I guess we'll have to find out. Bit of a lock up there from Sweeney, but DRS activated, but JHS with a good exit, so probably not close enough on this lap, as we do have a driver exiting the pits. There's Dilly again. Hopefully he will get out of the way. It is very hard around here, but the drivers have been asked if they are under a blue flag to let the leaders pass, and he does. He pulls to the inside very nicely there, so good driving by Dilly to get out of the way. Another yellow flag in Sector 2, and again another yellow flag in Sector 2. As who was that? That was Baldy trying to get out of the way there. So again, good driving by him. Just trying not to get in the driver's way. But JHS now slowly pulling away. So is Willis just sort of had a bad couple of corners? It seems to be, as the gaps come down already. Battle's going on back here, so we've got Fuzzy Duck on the back of Charlie Boy, a little bit deep on the brakes then into the back, pushes him wide through the corner. So couldn't quite get the car stopped in time, but Fake Taxi in 7th behind. Mullen in 8th after sort of a poor qualifying session from him, so not a bad drive, up 8 places so far. Alfie Pritch having a good drive within the top 10 in 9th. Bacon's in a bit of a lonely 10th place here, so big gap to the drivers in front and behind as we've had a change. Sweeney is now in front of Willis. So question is, can Sweeney now get in front? Is it a strategy one where Willis has let him past, or did Sweeney get past fair and square? Not quite sure. We'll see. Evans has already pulled out a 2.8 second lead, 2.9 now. So as long as he makes no mistakes, I think the race might be his. We're on lap 15 of 20. Oh, as Sweeney does just clip the wall there, but luckily not to spin him. So Bacon's up into 8th now. Fuzzy Duck a bit further back. Not quite sure who's just crashed sector 1. But Sweeney now with sort of almost within half a second. Can you make some time up? So late on the brakes, using all the curb for turn 1. You can get away with it on regular corner cutting. But pretty much used most of his ERS up, so... but they've both got about the same here. But definitely sort of better on the brakes into this section. Bacon for a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. So now got to try and make up an extra 3 seconds. Mullen up into 6th now. So up 10 places so far. So a very good drive by him. And probably going to be nominated as driver of the day so far, I would imagine. Another yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not quite sure who that was there. So lap 17 of 20 now, and it is still Evans by JHS, by Sweeney top 3, Willis in 4th, just dropped a bit off the pace now. But as long as he can keep it consistent by the looks of it, I don't think he's got a front wing, or he's definitely got damage the way he's pushing on there. I'm definitely struggling. Fake Taxi round out the top 5. Mullen trying to close that gap down. It's 5.2 seconds. We'll see if he can close it up. Bacon in 7th. Fuzzy Duck in 8th, but going for a pit stop here, which means Charlie Boy will yet now go ahead. And these drivers are a little bit too far back, I would imagine, to make any places, as Mifflin is getting out of the way there for Evans. Good driving by him. But just trying, hopefully you can get out of the way for 2nd and 3rd place here as well, so they don't cost them any time. I guess we will see. So as they exit the last corner, Sweeney needs to get a good exit. Sort of seems to have got an alright exit. DRS activated. Can he send up the inside? He's close enough. But good driving there by JHS, sort of covering off that move, making it very hard for him. But he's going to look for the inside, go to the outside. Just not enough room to sort of risk it. See, Sweeney went for a move at Zandvoort, and it cost him and made him retire from the race. So a 3rd place here is sort of better than going for a 2nd. But I know he'll want to try and keep that podium record up. But with Willis definitely struggling now, I don't think Willis will be catching that anytime soon. Another yellow flag in sector 2. These drivers, they are getting out of the way quite nicely there. Yeah, good driving by them. And that was, yeah, Fuzzy Duck and Baldy again. So we've had a driver actually stop, I think. That is Baldy just trying to make sure he's out of the way of all the drivers. Yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. But I think it has been cleared, so shouldn't be anyone in the way. But Sweeney trying to get a good exit. Just can't quite get the power down as soon as he needs to. But we are on lap 19 of 20 now, so not long left for him to claim his second place. He keeps having a look. I feel like he might possibly try and send it on the last lap, but I'm not sure if he does want to risk it. Another yellow flag in sector 1, but I can't quite see what it is. That's probably just someone clipping the wall. Willis still in 4th. With a big gap back to 5th at the minute, but they both do have penalties, so hopefully he hasn't got too big a penalty. Sweeney trying to make some time up on the brakes. But another sort of faultless drive here by Evans around a track like this. Very easy to make a mistake, but so quick, so smooth. And as he exits the last corner to start the last lap, Sweeney not quite close enough, so I think JHS might have done enough here to secure his first podium and second place in this race. But Mullen has dropped off a fake taxi right now, so 6th place looks about right for him, unless Bacon can make up 3.5 seconds. It's now 3 seconds, so he is catching. So 1.3 is the gap. Bacon's brought the gap down to 1.9, 1.6 now, so he might have a chance, as Sweeney does just get a penalty, so probably just cutting the corner a bit too much. So that's definitely given JHS second place right now. A yellow flag in sector 2. So Evans now crossing the line to take the win of the first race today. Good drive by JHS for the second. Alfie Pritch does just retire there from the session on the very last lap, so I don't quite know what happened there, but very unfortunate for him. But Bacon is now within half a second of Mullen. Yellow flag going into the chicane, so he can't. Decided to try and avoid that by cutting the corner. Can he do anything in this last section? Going to be very hard for him to try anything. It's yellow flag sector 2 and 3, so he shouldn't make a move into here. As Mullen hits the wall, and he almost spins, but a good save by Mullen there. Can Bacon get a good exit out? Don't think it's going to be enough, so good drive there by Mullen to go up 10 places for 6th. Bacon, good drive back into 7th. As Charlie Boy just finishes there. Dilly crosses the line as well to finish. So the finishing order was Evans, JHS, Sweeney, Willis, Fake Taxi, and then we'll read out the rest. Gave those tyres everything, had nothing left for the last lap. Did see, it looked like you were struggling a little bit there. Bit of debate going on in the chat right now about the move for the lead. From what I saw, they were both side by side, sort of not really giving each other space. JHS looked like he was trying to move over and put Evans into the wall, so obviously Evans has just stayed there, but we'll see what they think. But yeah, end of the first race, so it was Evans with the win, JHS in second, Sweeney third, ran up the podium, Willis in fourth, Fake Taxi in 5th, Mullen 6th, Bacon 7th, Charlie Boy 8th, Fuzzy Duck 9th, Chuggy 10th, Dilly 11th, Alfie Pritch 12th, Baldy 13th, Mifflin 14th, and then we had Captain and Matt retire. So only 2 drivers retiring from that session then. Not a bad result really. And we'll just get a picture of that as well, so we have it for the official results. But yeah, I think driver of the day for that session, I didn't see if it come up with anyone, but it would have definitely have been Mullen. Up 6 or up 10 places I think it was, after retiring from quali. So yeah, definitely a good drive for him. We'll just let drivers have a little break quickly. I'll just put so I think we're going to try and start the next race about 1:15, just so some drivers can get a drink or quickly have a toilet break. Anything they need. Baku is possibly that to overtake, so can actually get through. Yeah, so yeah, definitely possible to overtake. Someone said that ignoring blue flags. Most people get out the way nicely for me. It's just Monaco again. You can't expect people to get out the way. Track's barely wide enough. But yeah, most that I saw were very good for it. I think we have lost a driver. Who is it that's gone? JHS has disappeared. So not quite sure what's happened there. But yeah, most people did get out of the way, I thought. But yeah, hopefully this track will be a lot easier. Pretty narrow roads there. It's very tight. Out of all the tracks on the game, to be fair, it's like the worst one to actually race on. Put Ghost on and drive through them. Apologise if I got in the way of anyone. Tried to get out of the way as quickly as possible. No, you'd seem like you'd done the right thing. Yeah, everyone that I watched got out of the way as good as they could for the track, so maybe if there was any incidents, then yeah, send them to me and we can review it, but it didn't seem too bad if you ask me. So sort of another 5 minutes and we will hopefully get underway. So we are missing a couple of drivers tonight. Hopefully they'll be back with us for the next one. But say still a grid of 16 isn't too bad. JHS has joined back now. So who are we saying for the win around Azerbaijan? A track that's a lot easier to stay with people because of the DRS zones and the very long straights. So it is quite hard to get a big gap and pull away. It's also very easy to overtake because of the same reason. A long straight DRS, you will just drive past someone. Obviously you can't use all of your fuel or ERS, otherwise you will definitely struggle. So another minute or so and we will be getting underway. So I think this can definitely be a very interesting race, definitely a lot better than the Monaco one. The question is, can we get through a race without a safety car? I'm not too sure. Mate, I'm slow as Evans has this easy. I don't know, you're definitely quick enough to stay with him. And say the DRS around here definitely helps. What was that? Come on. I mean, I want Bacon to win, but seeing Evans, JHS and Sweeney performance, I've got roots on them taking it. So yeah, obviously I'd quite like Bacon to win as well. He hasn't really had the game that long either. He literally bought it just for this like championship we're doing. So considering he hasn't been on it long, he's doing very well. Obviously Evans lives on it. So yeah, it's sort of expected for him to do it. JHS, he only done the last one with us. Didn't have sort of the best performance through it all, but definitely quickened that one. Will be interesting to see how he gets on. And Sweeney's just always normally consistent, so again does have a very good chance. How do you make everyone ready up? They should be readying up very soon. We'll sort of put it in the chat now. Bacon is also on controller. That is correct. He is. When I play, I actually prefer it on controller to a steering wheel. I find it a lot easier. But yeah, the other might be too. I don't know. Sweeney's on a wheel. Evans is on a wheel. Willis is on a wheel. Mullen's on a wheel. Fuzzy Duck's on a homemade sort of wheel sim that he made up, which is quite interesting to say the least. But hopefully everyone should now start readying up. So the race will be getting underway very shortly. That is true as well. Alfie Pritch is only 9 years old, and did only get F1 just before we started the first round as well. So new to this as well. And still the highlight for me was, and Alfie is on controller, that is true. But yeah, the highlight for me was him at China. He liked the late brake move into, what's it, turn, that's wet for this, turn 4 or so, whatever it was. But yeah, he's doing very well. But will be interesting to see Azerbaijan quali in the wet. So this could sort of mix the grid up again. I know Bacon definitely struggled when it was wet the other day, but that was his first time ever. And with him being in the race, didn't obviously want to bottle it, didn't want to spin and lose where he was, so took it a bit careful. But as I did say last time when it rained, any driver with traction off, have to give them credit, because I know how hard it is traction off in the dry. I normally run traction medium when it's wet, and that's hard enough. So yeah, I know obviously Evans, Sweeney, Willis, I know they do run traction off. But Sweeney's very good in the wet, I find, when traction, or yeah, when it's wet with traction off. So but with the track being very tight and easy to get wing damage as well, it'll be interesting. So we are underway, and it does actually say Baldy currently first. Wouldn't it be nice if he stayed there? Luckily it puts him on the wet tyres from the start, if I'm correct, or the inters that they're on, because I know he did definitely struggle to get the wet tyres on around Barcelona. So we have started, and if we try and get up near the front maybe. So Evans is your provisional leader currently. Sweeney, so we're all making very close down the field. Trying to see if we've had any drivers crashing or spinning. Bacon dropping down to 12th at the minute. Who's that? Alfie Pritch will just run a little bit wider. But no, that was Fake Taxi actually, my bad. Baldy in 16th, sort of struggling in the wet conditions here. But up through the castle section, probably the hardest bit on the circuit, I'd say, in the rain. Definitely too hard. Willis still in 5th. Bacon obviously having a good middle sector there as such, because he's now up into 7th. So on board with Bacon here. As Fake Taxi does retire from the session, so obviously damage this sector is quite hard as well. But they are now going down to finish one shot quali. So it is going to be Evans on pole, Sweeney 2nd, JHS 3rd, Willis 4th, Captain 5th, Bacon 6th, Charlie Boy 7th, Mifflin 8th, Alfie Pritch 9th, Mullen rounding out the top 10, Dilly 11th, Matt Copper 12th, Fuzzy Duck 13th, Baldy not quite finished yet, but will be 14th. Chuggy disqualified in 15th, and Fake Taxi didn't retire. Oh, Baldy has retired from the session. So, it obviously didn't finish in time, I don't think. That was the scariest quali yet. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But 1.1 second gap for Evans. But I know a lot of the drivers probably wouldn't have pushed 100% because they'd rather obviously finish than end up retiring. But obviously you can see sort of the gap down the field. So we're looking again at Evans, Sweeney and JHS at the front. And then we don't know, is the race going to be dry? So we will we'll be getting underway very shortly. It is dry, so hopefully it'll make the race a little bit better for these guys, bit closer. I can't remember if you can change your setup either, so some of the drivers might have risked and gone dry setup before quali, but if any went wet, I think you can change a couple of things. I can't remember if you can change all of it or not, but that might come into play, but yeah, I'm not too sure. So the second and final race of the night at Azerbaijan is about to get underway. And it is lights out, and the way the drivers go. So up into turn one, Evans has got a good start. A spinner there, that's Willis spinning. Oh, who's that? That's gone off. That's Mullen into the wall, so not a good start. Virtual safety car. But Willis, Bacon and Mullen all down 10, 9 and 6 places. So they've now got a lot of work to do to try and get back to the front. But Evans did keep his lead. Sweeney is still in second and JHS in third. So clean start for these three drivers. Captain in fourth, Mifflin fifth up 3, Alfie Pritch up 3 into 6th, Charlie Boy 7th, Fuzzy Duck 8th, Dilly 9th, and then Matt Copper rounded out the top 10. So we are away and racing again. We've got some moves being made here as we have a Fuzzy Duck retire. Going into this castle section, we've got some drivers that are stopped, one facing the wrong way, which is Fuzzy Duck. So battling going on all the way through the field here. Question is, will Sweeney try and send it now while he can on Evans, while he's close enough to try and get in the lead? Don't quite think he's going to get close enough on this lap, as Captain is now going past but is using all of his ERS up. So JHS uses it, pulls to the inside and should get his move back, as we have a safety car. So someone has crashed further down the field. Not quite sure who that is or what the safety car is for. Most of the drivers are trying to get into the pit lane. So with the safety car out, the top 7 have obviously carried on. The remaining of the field have pitted. It was Matt that's obviously gone out, but didn't quite see where that was. So not a very good race here for Matt either, DNFing from the first 2 that he has sort of competed in. And he has now left the session. Obviously it is the last race for these, so it does make sense. But we haven't got a safety car, so the question is, Bacon can overtake the safety car, so he should be able to make it round. It's probably been quite helpful for them, making the field close up a little bit. But I would imagine the top 3 at least, they are going to pit surely and try and make the tyres last. Or are they just going to try and get a gap first? They might actually want to try and get a gap when the safety car comes in. Evans is over on the left hand side. Is he gone for the pits? He is going into the pits, so is Sweeney. JHS decides to stay out. Captain has pitted as well. Charlie Boy staying out. So, interesting strategies here for some of these drivers. And let's have a look at the tyres they are on. So, Fake Taxi's on the hard, Dilly's on the hard, and Chuggy's on the hard. Alfie Pritch is the only driver out on a soft tyre, and the rest of the field out on the mediums. So I'm guessing all the drivers that have just pitted are going to try and make the tyres last till the end. And hopefully the safety car will go in on this lap. As Dilly is in the pits there. Bacon trying to catch up to the back of the pack. And Mullen is now pretty much there as well. But yeah, what a nightmare start for Willis and Bacon in that one. 2 teammates as well. So only a couple of drivers not to pit, and it is the top 3 and Baldy. Chuggy's the only one with a 10-second penalty. And there you can see obviously the positions that have changed so far, but they will obviously change again when drivers pit. So, don't actually think the safety car is in this lap. So we're going to have another lap behind the safety car. I believe so. So with the drivers where they are, the question is who is going to take the top 3 podium spots. If you ask me now, my guess is going to be, I think Evans will probably take the win, Sweeney second, and then I think it's actually going to come down between Captain and Willis for third. I think that's going to be the battle for the podium. Willis is definitely fast, but so is Captain, and Captain in a race is very good. He's quite aggressive, so you've got to be obviously careful racing him. He does send like some very good moves and doesn't give up the positions easy, so it's good to watch. So yeah, I'm calling it's going to be between Captain and Willis. I could be wrong, but I think obviously with JHS having to pit, that's sort of going to put him out of the race for the top 3 unless we do have a safety car. But Alfie Pritch has just hit the back of Willis there. Not quite sure exactly what's happened, whether he just didn't see him slow down, but that might have given him damage as well, but has given a 5-second penalty, but did give Willis a penalty as well. Drivers have been obviously told if they receive a penalty for another driver hitting them, because it is something that happened on the Xbox One as well when the penalty got taken away. As long as they send us the clip to show they didn't do anything wrong, the penalty can get removed. And say it did actually happen in the Xbox League. The driver that was in second got a penalty, but we actually took it away from him because it wasn't his fault. So safety car is in on this lap. Evans just pulling to the side, hoping I guess to get a good start and just not hitting to the back of them if they break, which is a very good idea, as they have already started, so they can't overtake until they cross the finish line. and they had started. But Sweeney now with a penalty for hitting the back of Evans there, so not quite sure what happened. But Sweeney looking to the inside of Evans as well. Is he going to send it? Captain behind as well, looking for the inside as he sends it on Sweeney. Like I said, very good driver, likes the overtakes, but Sweeney has got the cut back on him. He will hold it, I would imagine, and he does. Not going to be much room on the outside. But Captain seems just to get the better exit, so Captain now in 5th. Will Sweeney look for the inside again? He does. He gets the inside. Can he brake late? He does. Again, the room is going to run out on the exit. And it does. So Sweeney is now into 5th place still. But good battle there. But they do need to try and not battle each other too much and get forward. So Sweeney up the inside of Charlie Boy. And Captain as well. Can he hold on the outside? He does, but... he does. Charlie Boy sort of lets him go. So great move there by Captain as well. So just getting that gap as well between Willis. But up at the front, Evans is now into 2nd. As we've had another yellow flag a bit further back. What's going on here? So Charlie Boy is out the race. And driver's getting stuck behind him. Fake Taxi stuck. Bacon stuck. Mullen is stuck, so we might end up with another safety car. And if we do, JHS should then pit and be in with a good shot, but sort of causing a bit of grief at the back there. But we have now got Sweeney did make it through, yeah, into 3rd. Mifflin 4th. Captain up the inside. Good move there. Sort of passed clear. He should be far enough in front that Mifflin can't send it back again. He does look, but yeah, not quite close enough. So good move there by Captain. Moving him up into P4 further down the grid. We've got Dilly now going past Chuggy as we have a yellow flag in sector 3. But let's try and get back to the front drivers. So Evans is now closing up onto JHS for that lead of the race. Sweeney in 3rd, Captain 4th, only 1.1 seconds behind. A very good drive by him. Mifflin in 5th. Willis is 3.7 seconds off of top 5, so he's got some work to do if he wants that podium spot. But Evans now right on the back of JHS, so we will stay here to see if we can get a change for the lead. Bit of a slide X in that corner. Another yellow flag, sector 2. Don't know if that is Alfie Pritch, I think. Bit of a gap there, and it was right. So yeah, I think it was Alfie Pritch in sector 2 then. But they have got going again. So on board with Evans. Very good run out of that last sort of corner. Looking for the inside here. Isn't using his ERS yet or his overtake, so he's just doing this off of pure speed as Alfie Pritch has retired from the session. And he is up the inside. Oh, and JHS does just sort of turn in. And you have got to be careful on this game, because if you're on the inside and the outside driver turns into you, it will cause you to spin, which is why you would have just seen Evans turn right then. Because if he'd have stayed turning left, JHS would have just spun him. So with that bearing in mind, if you know the driver's going to just sort of turn, I would imagine now Evans will send a later move on him, and if JHS turns in, it will just drive into the side of his car. So let's see what Evans can do. As we do look, Mullen just receiving a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Willis is now within half a second as well of Mifflin. So a move will probably be made for him for 5th, and then his target is to get after Captain. Let's say back on board here with Evans. So bearing in mind though, JHS does have to pit soon, if I am correct. Yeah, he hasn't pitted yet, so Evans doesn't really need to battle him. As we have a yellow flag sector 1, as JHS does just run wide into the wall. But yeah, Evans doesn't really need to battle him now. but I'm guessing he's going to want to just get into the lead and pull a bigger gap. So this lap now, he didn't use any overtake or ERS. He might try, but he has got a good run. JHS does just activate overtake, but Evans got the DRS on, so a nice move past him. Gonna go let on the brakes and probably now pull away. We do have DRS coming out of turn number 2, so it is JHS's best chance to get back past, but I think Evans will now just pull the pin and pull away. So late on the brakes in there. Yellow flag sector 2. Not quite sure who that is. So, but Willis is now up into 5th, so he has got past Mifflin. Captain staying very close to Sweeney as well. So Captain still has a chance of claiming that P2 off of Sweeney when JHS pits. Obviously Mifflin does still need to pit as well. So Fake Taxi will claim that, and then the field is quite spread out. So Bacon down in 12th, but has had 3 stops as Chuggy pulls to the outside of Baldy, but they have both decided to pit this lap, so no move will be made there. But Evans has now pulled out a 1.8 second lead already, so I think the race is definitely going to be his. Captain a little bit wide out of the corner there. Gap has now just dropped to 1.8 seconds. But Willis is now 6.3 off of Captain in 4th, so not sure if he will be able to make that up. I think that gap is probably too big. Unless Captain makes a mistake, I think P3 will probably be his, and he is driving very well. So yeah, let's have a look who's on what tyre. So JHS has just pitted and he's come out on the soft tyre. The rest sort of are on the medium. Fake Taxi's on a hard, and then obviously the rest that are now pitting have gone soft. So Mullins soft, Dilly soft, Bacon soft, Chuggy soft, and so is Baldy. So probably just hoping to make up some time. Quite a few do have penalties as well. So Evans with 5 seconds, Sweeney 5 seconds, so let's have a look. If they have got that, that currently puts Captain P2. He will overtake Sweeney because of the penalty. Obviously Willis has a 5-second penalty as well, unless any of the penalties do get sort of overturned. That's how the standings are looking currently. So the field is pretty spread out as well. Sweeney just pulling a bit of a bigger gap to Captain. Willis has closed that gap up from, what was it, 6.2 to now 5.3, so roughly a second a lap. And we can have a look at the fastest lap time. So Evans has done a 41.4, Sweeney a 42.7, Captain a 43.2, Willis a 42.8. So Willis has done half a second quicker. So he looks like he's catching. JHS has done a 43.3, Fake Taxi 44.4, and Mifflin 46.8. As we have another yellow flag, sector 2. Looks like that was Dilly, who I think has actually just had to retire. So hopefully the drivers do see the yellow, which they do. Bacon slowing down nicely there, just making sure he's not obviously gonna have to retire by crashing into the back of him. I think the car would have been moved now, so yeah, it would have. So it is clear for the rest of the drivers coming through. So yeah, Willis is still bringing that gap down, so it is now only 4.1. So he might be able to get in front. I do believe his penalty though wasn't his fault, so there's a chance it might get taken off, but obviously we don't know that until the end of the race. JHS in 5th, obviously on the soft tyre, so should be catching Willis, who's obviously on the medium, and it has done 7 laps, so quite an old tyre. Just about see Captain in the distance on Willis's screen, so yeah, that gap is getting smaller and smaller every single lap. Sweeney a big slide at turn number 2. On lap 11 of 13. JHS does just set the fastest lap of the race at 140.7, so it is making some ground up on the other drivers, and that's Baldy just getting out of the way of Fake Taxi. As we do have a yellow flag in sector 1. Guess that's just a driver into the wall. Not quite sure what driver that was there, so but we've had more drivers retire from this circuit than we did around Monaco on the restart, so quite interesting to see. But it is definitely this castle section here that is very difficult to do. But yeah, Evans a 6-second lead, so again the race should be his unless he makes a mistake. Captain in 3rd. Willis still closing that gap up, so it's now down to 2.5 as he does just run wide and hit the wall there. We've got Mullen in 8th, sort of a lonely race for all of these drivers really. Big gaps in front and behind them. So, the closest battle really is Willis trying to chase Captain down. Just can't quite get close enough yet. Lap 12 of 13. And how it currently stands, Captain is 4.8 off of Sweeney, and Sweeney's got a 5-second penalty, so the gap is getting bigger, and we almost have hit 5 seconds. So challenge is, can Sweeney pull out a big enough gap that he will maintain that 2nd place? We will find out. As Chuggy gets out of the way for Willis there, again good driving by him. Drivers definitely been better under the blue flags, just say not causing anyone's race to have been affected by it. So the gap now from Captain to Sweeney is 5.3. We have a yellow flag just ahead. That is Sweeney, so Sweeney has hit the wall, and he might even have a lot of damage to here, so Captain might be able to get past him anyway. He pulls to the inside. He has got his car there, and Sweeney does have to give him the place up. And I think Sweeney might have lost his front wing. So Captain now into P2, and I think Sweeney ain't going to be able to do anything about it. So Willis, with say a lap left to go, might actually be able to sort of overtake Sweeney. So it'll be interesting to see. But Sweeney is definitely struggling. With DRS he is catching Captain, but he's definitely going to be close enough to make a move. Yeah, and as you can see, Sweeney just struggling to make the corner. Imagine bottling it with like a lap and a bit to go. Big 5-second lead. It's not ideal for Sweeney. Mr. Consistent as well. But so the rest of the field is so spread out. And closest battle on track is for this podium spot. I don't know if Willis has got damage as well, because it's probably his tyres actually. His tyres have done quite a lot. So Captain now pulling out a gap, a sort of a nice, we've got another crash as well, a nice gap to Sweeney. Willis can't quite get close enough to Sweeney either. As he does just cut the corner there. Got to be careful he doesn't receive a penalty for it. But Evans now on the home straight to take the second win of the night, and that's his second double in a row. So good driving by Evans. Captain in second. A good drive by him as well. Very consistent on this track. Not getting any damage, and say taking that P2. Sweeney has remained in third. Willis in fourth. JHS did bring the gap down to 5 seconds. And with a penalty of Willis almost gave him that fourth place, but not quite. So good drive by JHS. Fake Taxi will be in 6th place. Mifflin 7th. Mullen a bit of a further way back in 8th. Bacon in 9th. Chuggy in 10th. And Baldy still going in 11th. So driver's got 1 minute 40 left. And if I'm correct, a lot of the drivers want to do a third race for a bit of fun. So we might stay live and do a third race as well. Come on, Bacon, please just finish. Thank you. So, there we have it. I think we are going to have quite a few drivers do a third race, so if you would like to stay tuned for that, we will come and do a third race for a bit of fun. We've had 1 vote for Silverstone track. We'll just get a picture of the results as well. I think that might even have been the first time Evans didn't get the fastest lap in a race. Possibly. So we've had vote for Silverstone, vote for Russia, vote for Canada. Another vote for Silverstone. A vote for Bahrain. So at the minute Silverstone is the only one that's had an extra vote. Third vote, fourth vote for Silverstone. So Silverstone is going to be the third race that we are going to do. So let's just find the track. We do still have 15 drivers in. Whether they all want to go again. And we have started, so Silverstone it is. Wait, please. I wasn't the one that readied up, unfortunately. If you need to go, quickly pause it, do quali in AI, and then try and make it back for the race if you have to. So everyone had already readied up, so I can't sort of stop them once they do it. So this race is just for a bit of fun. Give me 5 minutes. It kicked me. Oh, unless the drivers do back out. Are you in it? We are in it. I need to go. Because I'm not. So I'm not quite sure what's happened here. How do you do that? If you want to go AI, you just literally start, and as soon as you start it, just pause it and it will drive for you. So yeah, as long as you've started, it's glitched. Wait. Might have to restart it. I'm in lobby, it didn't let me in. So I think we are going to try and back out and go again. Are we okay to go now? Yes, you are okay to go now. Obviously it was only 2 races for obviously the championship. This 3rd race is just a bit of fun. Okay, so good racing for you though. But yeah, you are alright to go now. It has glitched as well, so we don't seem to be doing anything.